All right. Hello and welcome to everybody who's watching us today. This live talk is going to be in English, so excuse everybody for my German accent. I'm very thrilled to have two founders here that founded the same company from India. And yeah, first of all, everybody, you are warmly invited to ask your questions to both founders in the chat on YouTube, and I will take the time to ask the questions to the founders, and they will hopefully reply. So yeah, stay tuned. And I guess this interview will take about 30 minutes. So I'm very happy that we will be talking about ZeroTrail today. And you're both based in India at the moment, in the
Yes.
Himalaya. Maybe you can, both of you, share like a few words about yourself so that we know who we're talking to. And then I would like to speak about your quite astonishing startup. Tariq, maybe you
Uh,
first.
so I am actually a native of the Himalayas, the northern belt of India, which is also known as the Trans-Himalayas. Been working in the tourism sector for almost like a decade now. Besides that, I've also been working in the development sector as a development practitioner. So and that's how my connection, being from Ladakh, the Himalayas, and the kind of opportunities and the work and the studies that I've done, uh, is culminating into something that takes the shape of Zero Trail. Yeah.
Okay, before and after we will talk about zero trade in a second, but first of all, I would like to hear a little bit from Pranav. Yeah, you are also part of the team of Zero Trail. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about yourself and yeah, because you're quite an entrepreneur that is globally yeah, globally active. So yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So hi, I'm Pranav, and relatively to Tariq, I'm a bit younger. I'm 20, and I've been working in the startup ecosystem since I was 15. So I was interested in new startups and tech, and I launched my first tech firm when I was 15. So we met. I'm not from the Himalayas. I'm from an arid region in India. I'm from the Rajasthan. So we met and we decided to go with Zero Trail because our common goals matched, which was like inclined towards sustainability. So that's how we connected. And I was always fond of building new things, innovating new things. And then me and Tariq were a perfect match for each other. And then we matched together and then we launched Zero Trail, as you can see.
That's very interesting, and I would like to speak about zero trail or listen or learn about zero trail a little bit more because this is actually it has something to do with AI, and you support waste management in the mountain regions, so in the Himalayan regions. I would like to understand first of all why there was such a huge need to tackle the waste management in this region, and why did you decide to start a business called Zero Trail and what it actually is.
All right. So the idea of Zero Trail comes, we've been looking at data very carefully over the years in the region that I come from, and from 2018 until 2023, the waste generation, unmanaged waste, has grown exponentially because of the tourist footfall in the region in the form of, and Ladakh is majorly known for motorcyclists now than it was for trekkers and hikers before. We used to get a lot of trekkers and hikers mainly from France and Germany, and then from other parts of the world. But now it has become completely a different landscape because now it's open to major, the domestic tourists who like to go motorcycle and stuff. So there are places which are remote. However, they go to see these lakes, high altitude lakes, and then they litter around, and there are unmanaged waste, plastics, and many other forms of packaging lying there, and nobody is been managing that uh, because of challenges. That is typical to the Himalayas. And that's where my association with the Indian waste stream started as an academic research. I have had a unique opportunity to assist a research for Toronto University in Canada, and then also for the past 2 years, I've been working as a environmental consultant to problems related to electronic waste in India. So, and since I come from a region which is known for tourism, I uh, I thought the onus lies on me to start something there, and that's how Zero Trail. I also have been working in the travel trade myself for the past 10 years, and also as a kid, I used to be a helper, a porter, a guide. I've done all of that. And therefore, Zero Trail was the best thing. And when I met uh, Pranav, who loves to build sustainable tech, and also I've also had some opportunities, uh, working for the cloud gurus, so-called, the Google Cloud, Amazon Cloud, or you talk of Microsoft Cloud. So I was aware that AI is the next thing. So we wanted to bring in something that can actually make things easier in terms of the waste segregation and collection. So we have a technology that we're working on, and we want to test it first into the Himalayas, and then eventually we want to take it to other places in India.
And in a second, I would like to speak more about or ask more questions about the AI that you're using or that you want to use. But first of all, if I understand correctly, you mentioned that it's actually because of the tourists that the problem became more severe, and that it's actually a tourist, a new, like a modern problem. So it's not so much about like air or industry or those things. It's more really tourists that just cannot take care of putting their water bottles back in their backpacks and then um like yeah put the waste somewhere else.
Yes, and that is one of the biggest problems. And also now, wherever these tourists flow, we have these campsites. People are starting cafes or residential solutions for them, and also these people also generate quite a lot of waste. But then the transportation in the Himalayas is a big challenge. And even if the government has to deploy, let's say, some vehicle to collect all these wastes in a daily basis, that becomes a challenge. So we've come up with this unique solution wherein we are designing a vehicle which has a smart bin installed in it. But this vehicle is not only going to be a watchdog or problem solver at that tourist spot, but besides that, we are also adding few other elements to it, which takes care of its own revenue in terms
So
of providing services. Yeah.
so tell me a bit more about, so it is an actual vehicle like a car or something, and there are
No, it's
people,
a truck.
a
It's a
truck.
truck we are designing. Yeah, it's a truck we are designing, and it has three components. The truck will be designed in a way wherein we have a smart bin installed, which is only for collection of the waste. And then there are components to it: a trolley, a cafe, and a rental shop, and an oxygen cafe, as we call it. There are people who face issues in the high altitude, let's say having an AMS problem or having a headache or wanting to sip an oxygen. So we have other services that we are tagging along into this vehicle, which generates its revenue. Besides, we collecting the waste and on a weekly basis taking it to place where it needs to get recycled.
And how does the AI come into that business idea?
So the AI is basically the way we are integrating. Pranav will speak more on that, but then what we are doing is we're designing a bin which is customizable as per the waste types you generate in whichever place, in planes or in a cafe, in a restaurant. So we can customize, but our truck will be specially capturing to three kinds of waste. So the waste segregation, we are trying to remove human intervention from the segregation problem. So it identifies the waste, it puts the waste into the right space, and then we have a compressor that increases the volume of the waste we collect, and then we take it to the recycling unit, and we sell it to them, or yeah, and then we partner with these recyclers. So we basically make sure that these tourist spots are clean from any kind of waste around it.
So basically, a person or a few people would take the truck, go up the Himalayan mountains, put the trash in there, and then there is a system in the truck with robot arms or something that segregates it.
Yes, there are people also who bring it to us,
Hmm.
and then they just have to put it into the truck. Even if you have, let's say, extra bottles, and we educate them on the go. Hey, that truck is there, so you are going to be exploring this area. All the waste that you have, please bring it to us. And we are also figuring out ways to reward them in terms of giving them some kind of visibility for doing the good job.
Hmm.
Like and then we take all this waste and we try to we will transport it to the right place for and with regards to the technology. Pranav, I would recommend him to I mean, like, I would ask
Yeah.
him to come up, and he will be able to tell you more how the technology exactly we're designing and how it's going to function.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so I really like the idea of you using your hands to demonstrate some robotic arms, but actually there are no robotic arms. It's all happening inside a very smart AI bin. So what we have built here is that the truck will have a very smart AI bin attached with it. So on the go, the bin is supposed to, segregate waste. The bin is divided into three or four more compartments according to our need. And then as we put the waste inside the bin will automatically segregate the waste according to the waste type, and it will reach the appropriate compartment. For example, if a user puts in wet waste, so the user will get a single inlet, like we get in dustbins. So the user puts in the waste, it's a wet waste. The AI inside the bin will identify, okay, it's a wet waste, and then there are four or five compartments inside the bin. So the waste product will reach the respective compartment on its own using AI-based segregation. That's what we are trying to build and do. So it's not some robotic arm magically doing stuff. It's like um, flaps and sensors and AI-based monitoring systems, which are basically enabling the segregation processes very easily. And
Eh,
yeah,
Sorry, continue.
okay. So we are basically using a YOLO-based AI model that is running on Jetson Nano, which allows the bin to recognize waste instantly, even without internet. So that's really important in places like Ladakh, where connectivity is not guaranteed always. I'm done.
Okay, so how far are you at the moment? How do you already have a truck? Do you already have like some AI components? Where are we at the moment, at the current state?
Right. So we
We
have the prototype. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
no, no, Vani, you can continue about the prototype, and then I can continue about the AI part.
Yeah, so we have tested some of the prototypes with Pranav and his design, and we are again with our mistakes, we are now again moving to bring upon the improvements that are needed. And so far as the truck is concerned, it is already identified, and the manufacturer is identified, and the length, breadth, and what all things are going to be in that particular truck and how that's going to function. All of that is the design has been modeled with the manufacturing. We've had the talks, and so right now, Pranav is further working on certain improvements that we need with regards to the machine training, like machine learning or the training that the bin is going through. So that's the stage where we are at, and we are hoping to be on ground somewhere around June of 2026. Uh, but currently, we are also struggling with some more funding help. So we are looking for government grants, we're looking for investors, we're looking for partners who can also join hands in making us take things to that stage. Because until now, we've been doing this completely voluntarily on our own, with the funds that we have at our own disposal, putting our own money. So we haven't taken any funds from anyone as of now. But very soon we're expecting the government to step in terms of the grants that they have. plus we are looking for investors at a share.
Mhm. And Prav, you wanted to add something on the AI state of.
See, we have trained the AI model, but it is like the more it sees, the more it learns. So currently, we are training it from public data sets, and we are fine-tuning it better. So we are on that progress, and we are on our way to create India's first waste segregation OS, so that it can be adapted and used at different places wherever people want to build something regarding waste segregation. This can be used as a foundation. So we are towards that part as well.
And you yourself, you're one of the youngest CTOs representing also like India on like a global stage. Yeah, how do you think you young people can actually contribute to the climate tech ecosystem? What do you think can you as young leaders actually bring?
Okay, so honestly, I'll be really honest here, and I think that young people have a big role in climate tech because we are not afraid to question the old systems, are we? We are not. So we definitely question the older systems. We definitely question the newer things that are upcoming. And in our case, we looked at a very traditional problem, that is waste. It's a very generic problem, and it's a problem that everyone almost faces. Every country faces the problem of waste. So we asked like how AI can make it simpler and more reliable in places that rarely get attention. And the perfect example for that was Ladakh. It's a remote and arid region, so it gets very little attention. So, like for me, being the youngest finalist here, it isn't really about the age. It's about showing that young innovators from India can build something meaningful and take it on a global stage. So this competition is also a huge step for us because the EU sets some of the strongest sustainability standards in the world, and I was personally very impressed when EU bought the Type C regulation, even when giants like Apple had to forcefully agree to the terms set by the EU. So I was very impressed by the fact, and being there opens the door for us to learn, collaborate, and potentially, take Indian climate tech solutions into the European markets.
Mm.
So it's like we have a bigger question to ask here, that if young teams from developing countries can build scalable climate technologies with limited resources, we need to imagine that what we could achieve if global ecosystems came together to support them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. And you mentioned the competition. Maybe just to give our audience a broader picture, you were selected and you were the finalist and also won the tourism competition this year. So this is also a reason why we were super interested in speaking to you. So congratulations again. So it seems that your idea already caught a lot of attention on a global scale, and I hope it will succeed. But I have one more question to Tariq. Actually, yeah, we know that in Himalayan region there is not always a very stable internet connection, and you already said that you
Yeah.
don't need it all the time. But maybe you can give a little bit more insight on the specific surrounding you are facing, like not only like remote, but also quite high up the mountains. And is your solution also scalable to other environments?
Oh, definitely. And the reason why I have Pranav with me and the reason why my cloud exposure and my work with the tech giants like Amazon Web Services brings is the idea that if we can integrate AI and machine learning into solving real life problems in places where it is the toughest, and what we are doing right now is with this solution when I proposed the idea to Pranav as well, that we are not doing it only as a solution for the Himalayas just to take care of the waste there, but then the bin itself, the smart bin that we are designing, it has three components. It has a SaaS component. It can be tomorrow. We can produce this type of bin for people at demand. Be it a household, be it a hospital, be it a school, be it a college. Because in India, waste management is a big visible issue. Everybody can see it so clearly. So, and bringing a large behavioral change with this kind of a population is next to impossible. So that is where we are, channelizing our energy in bringing about solutions with the help of machine learning or artificial intelligence, which can actually, bring a paradigm shift in the way policies are looked at, in the way funding is going, because we have, for example, in this truck bin that we are designing, we are also linking it with cloud. So it's you can check the status of the bin on your phone, on your laptop. Is it full? Does it need to be taken away? How is it working? So there's a data also that it gives. So it's a HaaS model, we call it, hardware as a service. You can give people hardware as a service. You can give them software as a service, and it's a DaaS model. You can colleges and universities and people are doing researchers and they want more data. So if you want data that is tested, then we have it, because our technology also addresses the challenges of data. The data that is real, not data that is fudged, not data that you have made up in your mind, but it is data that is that our technology is able to tap into on a daily basis, which then, yeah.
Interesting. And let's talk maybe for 1 minute about the business model. So I think your original idea is to have this truck that segregates the waste, but how will you make money in the mid or long term with your idea?
So one is the ZeroTrail travel, climate action vehicle is meant for strategic places like the Himalayas, where internet is a challenge, where my house, by the way, my village is 3,900 meters above sea level. 3,900 meters above sea level. That's where I was born and brought up. But now what we are seeing is this waste stream is, the research that I've been doing in different parts of India, all the major cities of India. I've spent over, since 2018 I started. You can see I have that amount of almost 7 years. I've been dealing with the waste in different forms and trying to understand the problem. So that's where how we are scaling is, we are in terms of providing tourism solutions to places like Sikkim, Ladakh, the Himalayan regions. This is the ZeroTrail climate action vehicle that we have. But in the climate action vehicle, there is a smart bin also, which is a solution for everybody, which is a solution for people living in the plains, people living in all the tourism intensive places also can have a model which will be tailored to their needs and their context. So, but what is the main thing that we are developing, like Pranav said, it's India's first operating system, which looks waste segregation in a different way, and it removes human intervention away from it. So we don't need to train a million people to where to put your bottle and where to put your wet waste. Now it's the machine that does the job. So therefore, the machine that we are designing itself is going to disrupt the market.
Okay, one question just popped up from the audience. I will read it out for you. Do you have plans to bring the collected waste into a resource cycle? A circle, sorry, circle.
Yes, so we are creating a circular economy around it. So all the big recyclers in India who are working with plastics, the electronic waste, organic waste, so we are partnering and networking with them as well. So wherever we are going to have our presence in terms of improving the efficiency of collecting waste, we're going to be tagging with them. So we're going to make sure that this waste is going to the right place in a segregated form, and even it works in their favor, because then they don't have to segregate it after they have collected it. So we are giving them segregated waste by way of what we are bringing forth. Yeah.
And one more question from the audience. Do you plan to establish regular collection routes?
Yes, definitely. Yes. So we are going to be very strategic about which are the places that we are going to be collecting. So it's going to be a common knowledge. We're involving around 5,000 local community people over next 1 year, training them, giving them the awareness, and also making them partner to the thing. Like, they whenever they see, oh, ZeroTrail climate action vehicle is going to be on this spot for 5 days. So, and then why we are doing all of this. So besides that, we have other plans as well. I would maybe Pranav has something more to add, but then we are looking at three elements. We are looking at the revenue element of it. We are looking at educational element of it. We are going to be partnering and also do other things alongside, because the vehicle itself is not just for collecting waste and taking it to the place where the recycler is, but we also have two other components. We are going to be in these tourist spots and give regular education, information, IEC we call it. Information, education, and communication is what we are going to be engaging ourselves into regularly. And besides that, we also be running some rental shops. We will also be running a small cafe, which gives you, let's say, a nice, healthy, locally sourced coffee or noodles, at 5,000 meters above sea level, where there's literally nobody else to serve that kind of stuff. So we are bringing in that F&B element also along with this vehicle.
Did you want to add something, Pranav?
Yeah, I wanted to add something in your question where you were asking about scalability, like the long-term vision we are having, like if we will be able to adapt to a lot more places in the near future. That's what you asked us. And I wanted to tell you that for us, the starting point was really simple. So it was like waste looks different in every place. Ladakh's waste is not the same as New Delhi's waste or, Europe's waste. So we built our system to learn from the environment it's in. So the adaptability comes from the way we train it. Like I said before, we start with global data sets, but then fine tune the model with real waste samples from the region we are deploying in. So the system kind of becomes smarter and more accurate with time. And because the core technology is modular, we can take the same system and put it inside a mobile vehicle. Or we can, deliver it as a standalone bin. Or we can give it to a large sorting station. And that is what makes it really scalable, not just across India, but globally as well. So
Interesting. Before we come to an end, the 30 minutes are really passing by super fast. I would just like to add one more question regarding investors, because you mentioned it briefly that, of course, you're looking for investors of people that are like that. I like your idea and that want to contribute. Can you maybe tell the crowd what you're looking for and what you also offer, and what kind of investment or participation or crowd collaboration you're looking for, so your idea can can come into reality?
Yeah, so like I said, or we have currently a crunch of, we are looking ahead for about 30,000 US dollars as an investment in the next, let's say, 6 months or so, for us to have, you know, the operational charges covered and the vehicle ready to get launched. And we are looking for responsible, tourism operating companies who might who may have certain kind of services that they want to tag along with us, and see a potential partnership by you know making their visibility in the Himalayas by doing something for the environment. Number one, and number two is we're also looking for corporate social responsibility, support if there are corporates that are working into climate action. I think this would also give them the kind of visibility, and we're also willing to share a certain kind of equity, which we can discuss if somebody approaches us for investment, and we're also taking some grants from the government, and we want uh, yeah. So, but we also want to, collaborate with technological companies, people who are interested in cloud solutions, and see if we have a convergence in a way where we can benefit from each other, mutually, through this technology or through the idea, or we can further develop this and contextualize it to situations relevant to those technological companies as well. So, like I said, not making it very difficult. We are struggling with funding for sure. But then, 30,000 US dollars is right now what we are looking at, because we know that's a safe amount for us to go operational for the coming next 1 year. And thereupon, we are willing to discuss the terms of references with any investor who wants to approach us.
Okay, great. There are also more information in the YouTube link, so that people that want to get in touch with you and contact with you can also like offer something bilaterally. I have one last question, which is more a personal one. You are a team of two people, like two founders. Can you give me some insight on, because we have many founders that are watching you right now and that are learning from you, that have their own insights, their own ideas. So I guess for our crowd, it's always interesting to understand how is it the life of a founder, and how do you have I mean, you're still in the starting phase of your project, of your venture. Maybe you can tell me a little bit about lessons learned so far. How is the life of a founder for two people that found together? What works pretty well, and where do you see difficulties or challenges?
All right. So in this case, ZeroTrail was, well, I would say it's founded by me, but this is not the first venture that I founded. I have another venture which is up and running. It's called the Zanskar Adventure Point. It is an adventure travel company that is into mountaineering, bouldering, hiking, climbing, in different parts of, and I operate through the Himalayas in Nepal, in Sikkim, in Ladakh. And this is my second venture, wherein, because my association with the travel sector, besides also my association with the development sector, I told you in the beginning, is what led to this. And because I could not just sit seeing so much unmanaged waste coming our way, whereas the calamities in the Himalayas are on regular rise. Every year we are seeing these cloudbursts and floods and whatnot. So I thought I should at least, start doing where I can do something. And that's where I got lucky with Pranav, who also has been working on sustainability tech, and he is one of the youngest entrepreneurs featured in India. And he's very passionate about sustainability tech, AI, and machine learning. And that's how together we are creating a vision. But it's not easy being a founder, because you also have to make sure that you are able to mobilize that kind of support from different quarters, because as big a country India is, there are millions of ideas and millions of people. So it's not easy to maneuver through all of that, and try to get the little kind of support that you can. And that's where SET, social entrepreneurship tourism, thanks to globalization, that we can now think beyond geographies also for help and sharing our ideas. So and also, yeah, you have to put your own money, hard-earned money, into making things shape. So it always is a challenge. If you're willing to do that, then I think there will be people also who can vouch for you and who are willing to invest in you. So so far, for me, it's been a personal struggle, because I'm not a rich person, but but at the same time, to make things happen, I have to I don't know how to put it, like but it is quite a challenge. But with personally two founders, we don't have any problems, as long as we align to the problem that we're trying to solve, which is larger than life, larger than planet. And that's where I'm glad that I have Pranav, who shares the vision with me. And I'm sure sky's the limit for him, because people like him are the real difference, difference maker nowadays in this world. If you know technology and if you know where to put your technology and mind, then you're going to make differences that are good for the humanity.
Interesting. And do you want to add some final notes, Pranav?
Yeah, I have a complete different perspective because of the, age gap. So not completely different, but I have a lot of things to add on because since I'm assuming that there must be some people of the age group of 20 to 25 or 30. So to young founders out there, I'm gonna be very honest and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's a chaos. Actually, it's very chaotic. You will struggle with a lot of things. Eventually, you'll struggle with your academics. You will struggle to manage it all together. You'll personally, like me, coming from a very middle class family from India. So you're gonna struggle with your family. It's gonna be hard for you to explain your ideas to them, and then honestly, you'll also struggle with your personal relationships, and then you'll have to learn, but you will learn a lot of things. You will learn a lot of things. It's like a path full of ups and downs, but you will learn a lot of things. And if you get the right kind of support and right kind of people you connect with, like I'm also very fortunate to meet Wani, Tariq. We were traveling and we suddenly caught up together, and we were like, wow, our vision matches. So yeah, you'll meet a lot of new people, you'll learn a lot of new things, but it is hard. It's not that easy like it sounds. Okay, that billionaire founder playbook. No, it's not easy at all. It requires a lot of guts and it requires a lot of efforts for sure.
Thank you so much for your openness and the clear insights of your personal journey, but also, of course, of the journey of ZeroTrail. And I wish you the most of luck for the venture. And yeah, everybody who wants to have more information and who might want to actually get or give some support or financial support or whatever, please get in touch with those great founders. And I wish you the best of luck. Have a very nice day and greetings to India.
Thank you so much, Johanna, and thank you for having us today. And yeah, we hope we can have more such interviews once we have more things to show you. I'm like, we would love you to come to the Himalayas and interview and show to the world that these guys are doing this here. And this was not just we talking on. You know what I'm saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
looking forward to have Tiff and team coming all the way down to the Himalayas and show to the world and also help us and give us advice and help us become better.
Thank you very much.